Hello folks, and welcome to a new back-to-back episode of Tech News, this time on a Friday. This is episode 22, so let's go ahead and unpack everything in more detail. So the good, the bad, the Samsung website technical issues, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 FE or lack thereof. We're going to cover all of that along with some of the questions that you asked yesterday. So we're going to cover that at the end of the video. So let's go ahead and jump right in. First things first, the pre-orders. Many of you encountered issues with your pre-orders on the Samsung website on launch day, obviously because everyone was trying to pre-order as well, but personally I think they should have been a little bit more ready than they were, especially given that they brought back those crazy discounts and trade deals that they were always known for. I personally was also victim of that when I tried to place my larger order, but as of today things are back to normal, so you should be fine now using my link in the description to get your order in. Which, by the way, I want to go ahead and say this again, you guys are so awesome supporting the channel, using these links to go ahead and place your orders in. I very much appreciate it. Major salute to all of you guys. All right, so that covers the site crash. So let's go ahead and talk discount details now. That way you are well armed with the proper information to make the right purchases. And very quickly, before we get to the tablets here, those of you who currently own the Galaxy Z Flip 4 get to upgrade to the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 for free. Yeah, that's right. You heard that right. And now we'll tell you all about that in just a moment. But for now, let's start off with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 series, meaning either the regular upgraded Tab S9 or the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Plus or the Tab S9 Ultra. I will, without a doubt, recommend trading up to a model in this series, especially if you have been planning on doing so, or if you are just kind of on the fence right now and you're not too sure what to do. Now that said, I'm always going to be honest with you guys. If you are happy with what you have right now, the current device that you have right now, that's fine. However, if you've ever considered, upgrading at all, this would be the right time to go ahead and do so. And you would have a number of reasons to do so. We can highlight a few here, with the first one being, if you end up not liking it, which is very unlikely given how amazing these are supposed to be, then you could just go ahead and return it for free and pretty much get your entire money back, right? And at least you would have gotten to play with the best Android tablet ever made and didn't like it and just return it. Now that's just one reason, and there are many other reasons, right? So the next one would be, the return of these amazing discounts, especially if you live in North America. You could get up to $650, I believe, $650 towards your next Galaxy Tab S9 tablet. Meaning if we take, for example, your base Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 and you want to go ahead and trade that, you will get $500 credits towards your brand new Galaxy Tab S9. And on top of that, you get double the storage for free, which means that your new Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 is already discounted by $120 because, obviously the 256 gigs cost more than the 128 gigs. So essentially you'll be trading your 128 gigs Tab S8 to get the 256 gigs Tab S9 or the 512 gigs Tab S9 Plus or the 512 gigs Tab S9 Ultra, assuming you were going for one of those. Now, added to that, assuming, you reserved when I was encouraging you guys to go ahead and do so. So you would get that $50, right? So added to that, you get $50. That's already $550 towards the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 256 gigs model. Then you get 50% off the keyboard book cover slim. That's another $70 in savings. So you have that, and then you have additional discounts, up to $95 on the all-new Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 if you want to go ahead and add that to your bundle. Then, of course, even more discounts on other accessories. You have to be on the website to see these, but just a way to tell you that you can pull this in so many different ways to your advantage. Now, another reason to upgrade I want to bring up here would simply be, longevity and support. And I bring this up simply because I get quite a few questions from you guys, about these devices, right? So I get a lot of people asking, hey, I'm about to buy this. Do you think it would last, a long time? Is it going to be supported? Now you have to keep in mind these just dropped. They're not even out yet, so they just dropped yesterday, right? So you're looking at up to 5 years. It's going to be supported for the next 5 years. Obviously 4 major updates and then 5 years of security updates. So we're talking 2028 sometimes, the year 2028. It's so far into the future, it almost felt like a fake year, right? So if you value, longevity and support, then you should, definitely go ahead and upgrade to this series here. And I promise this is, the last one that I highlight here. Another reason to upgrade would be the fact that, this generation has seen both external and internal upgrades. If you remember the jump from the Samsung Galaxy Tab S7 series to the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 series was mostly internal, right? So the outside was essentially the same, same tablet, which is also the reason some of the accessories were, backwards compatible. But anyway, so it is a physically different tablet, inside and out, especially the regular Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 with the addition of the OLED display. And, still, even for the rest of them, right, we can still list things like the new cooling chamber, the new Samsung Galaxy S Pen Creator Edition, which, by the way, is IP68 rated, along with the device itself, right? So the device itself is IP68 rated, meaning that they are both dust and water resistant, which is a very first in something like this in flagship tablet. And of course, one of the biggest, or probably, well, in my humble opinion, this is the biggest change, the biggest upgrade on this series would be, of course, the chipset. It is, of course, boasting Qualcomm's flagship chipset in that Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy, right? So this one was made specifically for Samsung devices, of course, meaning that it's turning this not only into just a beast of a device, but it makes the device super intuitive because it's pretty much tailor-made for the device here. So this processor is definitely bound to take the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 series to new heights like it did with the Samsung Galaxy S23 series. Bottom line, if you had been planning on picking up the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9, one of the models from this series, and you were kind of on the fence, don't be. Definitely go ahead and grab one. And you want to go ahead and do that before these deals go away. Again, make sure to use the links in the description to get yours in, right? I truly appreciate you for doing that. Now let's go ahead and talk about this free upgrade on the Z Flip 5 that I brought up at the beginning there. This is truly one of the best deals of this launch, right? So if you own a Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4, it will bring you $900 credit towards the Samsung Z Flip 5, which costs $1,000, right? So $900 towards that. Then, of course, you add that $50. Again, if you had reserved, like I encourage you to, that'll be another $50 on top of that. That'll be $950. Then you can use your student discount or military or first responder to take care, of that remaining $50. So it's essentially free. You are upgrading to a brand new phone free. Plus, you get double the storage at 512 gigs. It's almost as if you are losing money if you decide not to trade up your Z Flip 4. Just kind of crazy. But anyway, so that's that for the Z Flip, and there are a number of ways you could go ahead and play with. As I mentioned earlier with the tablets, you can pull these deals in so many different ways and take advantage of them. The possibilities are just endless. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Fold. If you were to go ahead and trade in your Fold 4, then you get up to $1,000 credit towards your Fold 5. And again, you get double the storage at 512 gigs. On top of that, to those of you who are students, you could go ahead and take advantage of that 15% off as well. Then your $50 reserve, I'm always going to bring that up. So then your $50 reserve discount, and then additional discounts, on accessories and other devices, including tablets even. You could actually choose this route if you prefer, meaning if you were planning on buying the Z Fold 5, and let's say you were kind of thinking about possibly getting the tablet, this will be good for you because once you buy the Z Fold 5, you actually get $300 off your tablet. So you get 25% off of your tablet, and other things that you add, you get additional discount. So things to keep in mind. So the larger your bundle, the more you save. That's that for the foldables. Let's go ahead and talk about the Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 series. And as you know, my all-time favorite, I think this is actually everybody's, all-time favorite. The classic model is back with the physical rotating bezel. I've been singing this, for as long as I can remember. Since I started the, Tech News series, I've been talking about the rotating bezel for a long time. So it is back on a model that is, of course, called the Watch 6 Classic. It does come in 47 and 44 millimeters. I actually got mine for $200 instead of $430 because I made a bundle when I was ordering, right? So I was ordering other things, and I got $200 off of the watch. 230? Well, actually, mine was supposed to be $430. So I made about $220 because I'm paying about $210 or $215, I don't remember, roughly, for the Galaxy Watch 6 Classic. And these, of course, are upgraded Samsung Galaxy smartwatches. They're low-profile watches, with larger displays, even thinner bezels than before. You have water resistance, of course, faster processor, 40-hour battery, top-level Wear OS here, support for Samsung Wallet, and so much more. Now, I think this is getting a little too heavy. I'm throwing too much information at you, so why don't we just break for now and go ahead and cover some of the questions that you asked yesterday or the day before. I keep saying yesterday. All right, so the very first question was, what happened to the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 FE or the S8 FE, however they're gonna call that. Now, if you think about it, or if you remember, a lot of the leaks that came out, a lot of the rumors were more speculation, than anything. Sure, people like you and I, we were hoping that we would have something like that be dropped. In fact, some rumors were actually hinting at it dropping during this event event, but obviously it didn't happen. But then again, we know that Samsung has been working on it and they are pretty much done with it, and it should release soon. I'm thinking the fall sometimes. I couldn't tell you exactly when, but I know they're probably going to be dropping it sometime this year. So here's to hoping, because Samsung has a history of being, a little bit all over the place when it comes down to the release of their non-flagship devices, right? So we're just going to have to wait and see. Now, the next question here is going to be, is there an SD card slot or micro SD card slot on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 series? And the answer is yes, there is. And that is good news, right? Because some of the renders that we saw was actually not showing it. So we were a little bit concerned. So it's good to see that it is back. The next question that I have here is, should I upgrade from the Samsung Galaxy Tab S Lite to the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9? And my answer is going to be yes, especially if you own the 2020 model of the Tab S6 Lite, right? Because Samsung is going to give you $250 credit. You trade in credit towards your Samsung Galaxy Tab S9. And then, of course, you add the $50 reserve. Like I mentioned, I'm always going to bring that up. And then all of the other crazy discounts, and then you could get that at a pretty good price. Now, the next question here is going to be about the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra. Is there a 5G model in the US market? Simple answer is no. I don't know why, but the simple answer is no. Currently, we only have it with the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Plus. We have a 5G model for that one, but not for the S9 Ultra. I haven't heard anything about it. At least Samsung hasn't brought up or mentioned anything about this. If I hear anything, I definitely will share with you. The next question here is there a charging brick in the box of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S9 Ultra specifically? Now, this is one of those interesting questions. From what I know, there isn't. But apparently, some people or some YouTubers have confirmed that there is. So I couldn't really tell you. Maybe it depends on the market. Maybe in some regions they have it. But so far, from what I know, there isn't one. But there's a possibility that there is. So I'll make sure to share that with you. As soon as I get mine, I can confirm that. I'll make sure to share that with you. I think this is a good point to go ahead and stop. It's a good point to end this edition of Tech News. Of course, I will have more on the next episode, meaning I will stay updated so that you are updated. I will catch you in the next episode, of course. As always, up until the next episode, stay safe out there.